There's this really interesting clash happening in the American economy right now. On one hand, you've got this big push to bring manufacturing back home, but on the other, that push is slamming right into the reality of modern technology. So today, we're going to dive into a story about tariffs, watchmakers, and the surprising rise of something called the digital factory.
To really get what's going on with these policies on the ground, let's zoom in on one entrepreneur. He's trying to bring back a classic American industry, and he ran straight into a wall. So meet Kunal Naik. He's in Arizona, and he's got this amazing mission. He's training a new generation of American technicians to put together these incredibly complicated watch movements. He's basically trying to reclaim an industry that the US pretty much lost to Switzerland more than 100 years ago. It's a great goal, right? But here's the catch. To build these American movements, he needs all these tiny, super specialized components. We're talking gears, screws, stems. And guess what? Not a single American manufacturer makes them, so he has no choice but to import them.
And when his shipment of parts finally arrived from India, bam, he got hit with this, a 65% tariff. I mean, that is a massive cost for a business that's just trying to build something new in America.
And this is where it gets kind of crazy. Nike pays that same 65% tariff on a little bag of screws as someone else pays for importing a completely finished, ready-to-sell watch. The policy doesn't see a difference between raw parts and a final product.
And that right there, that really shows you the big, fundamental flaw in the whole tariff strategy. You can't incentivize companies to buy American if the American-made option literally does not exist. All you do is end up taxing their ambition to build things here.
So this whole situation gets to the heart of what tariffs are supposed to do, right? The popular idea is to bring back those giant, old-school American factories, but a lot of experts are starting to say that whole vision is, well, completely disconnected from reality.
Yeah, check this out. Tali Rosman, who advises advanced manufacturing companies, flat out calls that romantic image of a 1950s foundry a hallucination. Wow, that is a powerful word. It's like we're all chasing a ghost. So why is it so unrealistic?
Okay, let's break it down. First off, you could never even build a 1950-style foundry today. No way it would pass modern environmental or safety rules. Second, we're already short on people. We have over 600,000 manufacturing jobs sitting open right now. And finally, let's be real. Younger generations just don't want the dirty, dangerous, and low-paid work that defined those old factories.
Okay, so if the old model is dead and gone, what's the alternative? Well, the answer is in a totally different kind of factory, what's called the digital factory.
This is the new face of manufacturing. It's not some grimy, dark foundry. It's a clean, high-tech facility built around incredible machines like this advanced metal 3D printer. And you can set these places up in months, not years.
I mean, the shift is just night and day. We're moving from dirty, labor-intensive environments to clean, tech-driven ones. And the jobs themselves? They're not low-wage blue-collar positions anymore. They're skilled, white-collar technician roles that are way more appealing to the modern workforce.
So, at its core, what is a digital factory? Well, think of it as a place where the main assets aren't blast furnaces, but advanced machines and the brilliant teams that run them. We're talking engineers and material scientists working side by side with skilled operators, all in a clean room environment.
And the technology that makes all this possible is a total game changer. With metal 3D printing, you can design a really complex part on a computer and then just print it directly. This completely gets rid of the need for million-dollar molds and tooling that used to lock companies into making massive production runs overseas.
As Sarel Ashkenazy from Tritone Technologies puts it, this means you can make just one custom part as efficiently as you can make 1,000. And that agility, that changes everything. It allows for high-profit customization and on-demand production, right here in the US.
This whole new way of making things brings up a really important question. What does it actually mean to be made in the USA? And how does that label even compare to others on the world stage?
For instance, we all think of Swiss-made as the gold standard in watchmaking, right? But Kunal Naik has this funny joke that in Switzerland, there's the upstairs tour for the media that shows a few craftsmen, and then there's the downstairs tour for insiders where you see all the boxes of parts arriving from China.
And here's the really key difference. The Swiss-made label only requires 60% of a watch's value to be generated in Switzerland. But the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, they have a much stricter rule for made in USA. It requires that all or virtually all components have to be from the U.S.
So this creates a total catch-22. It punishes companies like Nike's who are creating American jobs but just can't find domestic suppliers for every single little screw. But on the flip side, it also suggests that if a company can meet this incredibly high bar, the Made in USA label could be an unbelievably powerful signal of quality in export markets.
So when you've got this complex world of outdated tariffs and brand new groundbreaking technology, what's the path forward? What are business leaders who are trying to build things in America supposed to do?
All right, the new playbook kind of looks like this. First, challenge politicians to create smarter policies. 2, invest in the future. That means digital factories, not nostalgic ones. 3, use technology like 3D printing for profitable on-demand production. 4, leverage that super strict Made in USA standard as a competitive advantage overseas. And finally, number 5, lobby for policies that actually recognize the value of American assembly, even if some parts have to be imported.
You see, at the end of the day, the goal isn't to rebuild the past. It's to build a new future where skilled American workers are paired up with the world's most advanced manufacturing technology. The goal is to completely collapse the distance between a great idea and a finished product.
And that leaves us with a final, really interesting thought. In a world where a factory can be built in a few months and parts can be printed straight from a software file, what does Made in USA really mean anymore? Maybe it's not about where the furnace burns, but about where the innovation happens.